Hey guys, this is Hell Hades free to play. Guys, it's the final day of the free to play challenge and I have got some work to do. I've actually still got more resources than I should have at this point, and I'm honestly in this like weird spot where I don't know where to use them because I know that the challenge ends today. Normally it'd be like, oh yeah, burn my energy on leveling someone up or, you know, farming masteries or pushing for gear. But honestly, there's only a couple of things that I've got left that I really want to try and push to enhance my position on the free-to-play tables. Let me show you where we're at. Today is going to be about, can I get Ultra Nightmare done? Basically 12 weeks from the start without a super cheat code for Clan Boss. So that's where we're at. I'll tell you what, just to get the video rocking, why don't we pull 2 Void Shards? See if there's something cheeky that just comes out at the end. No. Although actually, I could have done with her a while back. HP burn has been my weakness in this free-to-play challenge by quite some way. It's rare town. It's rare town. Honestly, like my shard pools, bar one moment on the last 3 months, have been weak. An epic. Okay, wouldn't have changed my direction, any of those. Although we've got some gems here, which might end up burning into shards as well. So my shard pools over the last 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, 12 weeks, apart from one shining moment where I picked up Kimmy and Nekmothar from a single shard, have been pretty bang average, I would say. Yeah, in terms of like champions, the only other really like big call out would be Cold Heart coming out and really like rocking my day. And she's been pretty damn effective for me. But otherwise, we've got a lot of decent-ish champions, but you know, no extra legendaries, no extra sort of rock stars that really changed my game. Okay, so I had to play with what I was given. And you know, if we look at some of the leaderboard stuff, as it stands for me, about 6.5 hours until the end of the challenge. You know, so if I show my progress here, this is against the whole community. Okay, so this is the whole community, and I'll show just the content creator stuff in a minute. But if we look at the different areas, I'm kind of like top 20 for number of 6 stars. I'm up there for, you know, Great Hall development. Faction Wars, we're doing pretty well as well, 17th. Arena stuff is honestly pretty similar for most people. Fastest champion, I'm 5th with a 316 Arbiter. Most people, there's a load of people that have done the campaign. I'm included in that. Top 15 for the first rotation, top 7 for the second rotation, and top 2 for the third rotation for Doom Tower. So that's pretty, I'm actually was really pleased with how I did on Doom Tower. Demon Lord as it stands, I'm 7th. I want to improve that position. Hydra, I'm 11th. Chimera, I'm 2nd out of the whole community. Dragon, 16th. And then we got like around 20th for dungeons. I did a bunch of dungeon pushing yesterday. So I'll show you the teams that I pulled together for that. And then, yeah, a lot of the keeps and stuff, I'm around 20. So for the community, I'm currently sitting in 8th. And it would be tough for me to move up from 8th, honestly. Like, the next ones are a bit of a jump away. If we just look at the content creator stuff, so not whole community, just content creators, Bone and Bron have both nailed it, honestly. They've both done really well. Dante's up there as well. And yeah, there's a bunch of other people that have done really well. But, you know, like top 2, maybe I'll just show this again for this, for just the content creators. I'm like top 10 in most stuff, you know, top 5 in a lot of things as well. Top 1 in a couple of areas. So I've had some really good areas of the game. All of the dungeons after yesterday, I'm kind of like pushed into the top 10, but pretty damn high up compared to that. And then for the overall leaderboard for the content creators, I'm currently sitting in 4th, but extremely close to Dante, who I'd love to pip right at the end. Trax is pushing as well right now. I think YST's having a bit of a push. Colred's kind of come out of nowhere and is really pushing as well. So, but you can see Bone and Bronte, they're just like miles ahead. And those two have been fighting it out for first place for a while. They've done it extremely well. So in terms of what I did yesterday, I went on a bit of a dungeon run. And, you know, I pushed Ice Golem. Couldn't do hard, but I pushed all the way up to the final stage of normal with this team. So, you know, speed up, speed down, decrease attack, damage for the waves, protection for the boss, revived if I needed it, drop defense and some healing, and was able to get that done pretty consistently. Spider, same sort of thing really. I pushed up to 24. I thought I was going to do 25 and then go on to hard, but 25 was just too much. Didn't have enough turn meter control, so the spider started to move too fast. And I had, obviously, Cold Heart top tier for this, but, you know, my Tiradi was taking too much damage and eventually got killed by the spiderlings. I didn't have enough healing, and I did need some of the other elements like the revive. We had a drop defense and weaken from our Feign and a bit of turn meter control. And then I actually built Necmo into stun set to help me through a ton of content as well. So the stun set was coming in big for Necmo. But yeah, ended up beating 24. Did beat 25 on Finite, but I got no freeze mechanics, so couldn't get any further than that. And then I pushed up to 14 on Sand Devil and 17 on the Phantom's Grove. So really good set yesterday. I've also done a bunch of faction war pushes today. In fact, I got right the way through to the final boss on Sacred Order today. I was like, can I beat the boss? But I just haven't got enough in the tank. But I've ended up at like 478 stars in the 12 weeks. Could probably end up doing a little bit more today on this one. Honestly, I've got an okay squad here, but yeah, it's decent stuff. But the area that I really want to push today for the final day is finally get myself out of Nightmare. So I've been in Nightmare forever. I've been 2-keying it. Ooh, shiny little shard there coming up. I've been 2-keying it comfortably, like close to 1-keying it for a while. And if you look at my team, I've got like decreased attack and leech really here, and increased speed for me. I've got ally protect. I've got drop defense and weaken, damage, and then increased defense, increased attack, and then a revive if I need it. So I'm going to run this through so you can see what my current team can do before I make any changes, because after that I've planned some pretty whole scale changes and I don't know if it's going to improve my team. So what I planned was to slow down, take out the increased speed stuff, and have 3 of my team going on a 4-for-3 ratio. So Tiradi stays on a 1-for-1, which means that Tiradi has 1 turn every time the clan boss has a turn. We always get our ally protection at the end of wave 1. We then have Feign, Udo, and potentially Morag, although Morag's not built yet, to come in and do a 4-for-3, which means I rotate through my abilities well. Udo cleanses off the stun for me, and that's why she's on a 4-for-3. And then we have still Dawncaller to come in with increased defense for me and increased attack. So what that would mean is I would have to lose Alice, and Alice is a ton of my damage right now. So I think that it might be better, it might be worse. I honestly do not know at this point. There's also a world where I try the same team where I take Morag out for Alice. So there's a few kind of things in my head, but I'll let this run through. As I'm nearly dead, I'm just going to stop it so I can get my key back, and I just want to see what sort of damage it does before I make any adjustments for Ultra Nightmare. I think I'm actually going to let this key just rock right the way through to finish, because it's actually not a bad amount of damage considering I've done no tinkering here. The more I'm thinking about it as well, the more I'm thinking that I just let myself ride the stun and don't bring Udo back in. I don't think I need Udo back in. My worry is taking Necmo out means I lose my leech, which is a decent chunk of healing for my team. But 20 mil on Ultra Nightmare without like tuning anything is my starting point. Okay, it's time to use the optimizer here. So what we're going to do is I'm still I'm in an iron over what my best solution is. I think Morag's not in. I think Udo does come in because that gives me that healing, and I replaced Necmo's leech with Udo's leech. So I think that is probably worthwhile. I think Lich here is actually Dawncaller. She's not on this tour anymore. And Morag, I think we're just going to have as Alice. So pretty similar squad to what I've got right now, but speed tuned so that we get optimal performance for when different elements are going to land. That's the important thing. So we've got a 228 speed Alice. So all I'm going to do here is start to build out my champs to fit this thing. So we're going to optimize for damage still, but we're going to set up the battle to be against Clan Boss, Ultra Nightmare, so it knows what we're fighting against. It knows that we've got, where is it? Drop weaken on, drop defense on. And then we're going to use the stats here for Morag, which is 228. So I want to be 228 speed. Do I need any accuracy for this build? No. Do I need accuracy for 5-star blessing? Let me just check. Can't remember. Maybe I do actually. This is guaranteed. Yeah, so I do need accuracy for smite. That's annoying. That's a bit annoying for the build, but it makes such a difference to your damage that you just got to have it on. So going to like 230 accuracy, optimize, and just going to make sure that we steal gear from anyone. Include artifacts unlocked. Yes. Okay. So yeah, we're going to build out the 5 different champs and see if we can massively spike the damage we're doing. So we've got crit capped, decent crit damage. We've got the accuracy we need. The speed's a bit high. What did I want to be at here? 228. So we've got 229 here, which feels good. Decent amount of defense as well. Brings my damage down a little bit, which you'd expect because we're not going purely for damage anymore. And I'm going to be stealing from just anyone on my team. I don't care who I'm stealing from. So as long as I'm on the right page on raid, I can go into the optimizer and just say equip in game, successfully equipped, and then pay to put it on. So that's going to get me to my 223. I think I've got a little bit of extra juice for clan boss. So yeah, 229, crit capped, decent amount of stats. We've got a bit more to go here as well. I've got some silver, but not tons of silver, so I've got to be careful. Of course, that's landed in speed, which might actually end up being annoying. Let's just check. So that gets me to... I just want to make sure this doesn't break my build. So it takes me out to 234. 234. That's fine. So there's a little bit of room there to move up, so that's not going to break anything. So Alice is now ready to rock. Let's just check things like her relic. She's got 20% chance to deal 10% more damage when attacking. That feels pretty solid. We've got Clan Boss Masteries. At the moment, I've got Giant Slayer, and it might actually be better to have War Master. I'm still not sure on that one. She has a lot of multi-hits. So it's probably Giant Slayer is probably better. Okay, Alice rebuilt. Let's keep going. So she's locked. What I want to just check here is anyone who's locked, let's just unlock them. Apart from Alice now. So Alice is the only person I don't want to take any of her gear. Okay, the next one up is going to be Taragi. He's my next most important champ. And we want to optimize him. Balanced. Could go survival mode as well. Pretty much I achieved the same thing either way. Taragi I want at 172 speed. So include except 5s. We're going to go up against Clan Boss Ultra Nightmare. Don't really care about this stuff for him. So we're going to have, again, enough accuracy to land poisons and stuff and decrease attack. 172 speed. And then my priority is number 1, HP. Number 2, defense. Now, if I had quality gear, you know, I would want to go in something like Stalwart gear or Defiant gear or something like that. But I don't really have that stuff. There is a world where I might be able to get there in bolster gear. The reason being is actually that I get a heal out of bolster gear. Could also use Guardian gear, but I'm going to use Guardian gear on a couple of other champs. Also, Immortal gear would be good. So maybe we'll try playing around with this and see what this looks like. So if I went with, I guess like Immortal, maybe like 4 pieces. Why can't I do 4 there? Oh, sets. 2 sets of Immortal and try that. I would also like a Retaliation set so that we get our A1 off more often as well. So 1 set of Retaliation. See how this runs first. Again, we're stealing off anyone else. 172 speed, 66k health, 3.4k defense, which gives me a pretty decent jump in my EHP. That's like how your survivability score, I guess. Again, taking from others, which I don't mind. So we can do that. Equip in game. We've got a bunch of stuff that I can still just like max out here, so we can take his level up. There's also a bunch of stuff that I can glyph. So take this to 12 because my silver's not so high, as I said. Okay, so let's just check it again. For Demon Lord, 172 speed. We've got the right sort of stats here. We've got our accuracy up, which feels good. Okay, Taragi, done. We might level these things up, depends how my silver looks in a second. So we can lock him away, equip an optimizer, and then we're going to go for the next one. So next one is going to be my Fane. I don't want to do Fane. Maybe the next one I actually do will be Sabbather. So Sabbather is going to be going in Guardian gear, which she's already wearing, so it might be pretty similar, but ultimately what I'm looking for is the right speed to hit the speed tune. So 176. Don't need accuracy on her. So it's literally just survivability. So again, we're going for HP and defense. I think that's all I need. And sets. We want to have Guardian gear. So again, we gain a decent amount more EHP. We can just equip that in game and take anything that's not yet 12 up to at least 12. Don't roll speed. Those I will want up to 16 because they're boots. Anything bottom row you really want at 16. Okay, let's just check our stats. 4.1, which is more defense than I need, honestly. 58k HP. Could be that she goes as my lead and tanks. Things I don't want her to die because she's my reviver. So maybe that's not a great idea, but could be an idea. So let's lock her. She's now in Guardian gear. An optimizer. Then we're going to go for Ugo. So Ugo I'd also like to put in Guardian gear. Ugo's going to be coming in at 225 speed. Again, balance mode. 225 speed. 230 accuracy to land stuff. And same things here. 1 and 2. Don't care about damage from these guys. In Guardian sets. I'm going to check my glyph situation because this is a bit of a faster build. And just telling the optimizer I've got some glyphage, not a lot. So I could probably add like 2 speed to items if I needed to. So we can just go into glyphs and say, yeah, we've got another couple of speeds. Probably got an extra little bit of accuracy sitting around. And just make sure that we are including from locked, but not 5s. So we hit the speed, we hit the accuracy. We've got good survivability here. That looks good. Okay. Let's just grab myself back to this screen so we can actually equip it. The reason why I've saved this to right at the end of my journey, I guess, on the free-to-play is just because I know that it's ruining tons of my builds, right? Builds that I've worked hard on for the last while, but it's really worth doing at this sort of stage. So if we're just trying to push like a... And this is actually something I would recommend, like pushing a Demon Lord team, just so important. So 227 speed, let's just make sure that still works in my build. Make sure nothing breaks. No, that looks fine. Okay. So we've got everyone apart from... That's my Alice. Who am I missing? Fane. Fane at 225 speed. The last one to do. So let's just equip that there. Lock champions Fane. Fane is quite a squishy champion. So she has a very low base defense, which means that we need to try and make sure that she stays alive. Now, most of her damage, honestly, is going to come from being able to land poisons. She's also given us our drop defense and weaken, which means that our masteries just hit harder. So I'm not so worried about doing like a load of damage with her. I'd rather she stays alive for as long as possible. So we're going to push for the right speed, enough accuracy to land her stuff. And then same sort of thing here. We're going to go HP and defense. Sets I don't really care about. I could throw her in try something like Guardian. I'm going to try actually. Let's just see what this build looks like. We can play around and just check. If she's in Guardian gear, what does that look like? Can we even get there with the speed? No. But albeit we do have some glyphs. So on these things. So let's just try that again quick. So yeah, we've seen the difference there. I wasn't able to do it. Throw some glyphs on. I can do it. Now, you can see how lower defense is in Guardian. The reason why I like Guardian is because I get a bit of a heal. But it does mean she's going to take some damage away from others onto herself. So the other set I could try is Bolster, where I get the healing but without taking damage off of others. Let's just see what this looks like. Still super low stats. Basically the same stats. Yeah, that's not ideal. So I think for her, we're just going to remove sets and see what this looks like. Because I really want her to be tankier than this. Maybe I'm just going to drop the priority here and say, give me at least 2.5k defense. See if we can make this happen. In fact, let me just check as well if we've got any defense-based items that I can just roll. The primary defense is really what you want here. Something like this, with some accuracy on it, nice. That could help me out quite a lot. Is that all we've got? It's the only thing we've got defense-based, which is kind of shocking. And this banner. Okay. Let's just do a live refresh so it finds that piece of gear. And then let's try again. Can we get to the sort of defense I want? So 2600, yes. 46k HP, not bad. 230 odd accuracy is good. I might just grab the extra little bit for 100 defense. Maybe I'll stick with the defense. Way more effective HP, which means way more survivability. You see this new piece I just rolled up sitting right here. So I think we equip that in game. Equip. Again, just grab the last bit of stats that we can here to go to level 16. Check my speed before I do any glyphs. So 224 right now. Just check if I need to do any glyphs. Take it down one. Still fine. Okay. I think that is everybody built, ready to rock. Other thing you should just check is that you don't have any masteries which boost turn meter. So Arcane Celerity or Rapid Response are two which can just completely change the way your build will run. Let's just check it on everybody. Don't have any there. Anything that's going to throw me off for this one. Problematic there. This mastery could end up ruining my ability to cleanse on a regular basis. So that could be one I would change. Probably should change that actually. This silly mastery, I think I should. Do I still want to go accuracy tree here? Maybe I go defense tree, you know. Defense tree is way better for survivability, but you kind of lose a couple of other benefits. I think this feels better. Just check that hasn't ruined my stats. 219. Might have to glyph actually. 219. Check Doom Tower. 225. Still fine. Still fine. Okay, good. Who else have we got? Fane. Did I check Fane already? I think I might have done. Yeah, Fane's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's my fifth one? Oh, Taradi. Taradi should already be set. Yep. Okay. Make sure everyone's got a relic. This relic's irrelevant for this. Kind of want the one that's just going to give me some healing as I drop below certain HP levels. What's that one? That's this one for Taragi. So we'll grab that. Do with it being the next level up, but it's probably fine. Does that mess my speed up in some way? Don't think so. No. Okay. Okay. Taragi got a relic. Alice has already got a relic. Dawncaller, I've stolen gear from somehow. Udo, grab another one of those. Fane's got one already. Okay, so other than messing up Dawncaller, I'm ready to go. I don't know what I did there. So Dawncaller, we needed to be at 176. Should have remember all your stuff from last time, so just do a quick live refresh. Make sure I'm not stealing from someone that I don't want to. Okay, gear on, gear on, gear on. Just check it. Gear on, gear on. I've got a little bit of silver left, so let's just check some stats. 2.9. I'm mainly checking defense. 2.5. Is there anyone who's got some stats? This is one of my main like people that I need to keep alive because basically it's protecting the rest of the team. And then I'm just going to go through and just glyph everyone's health and HP up, defense up as much as I can from this point, and accuracy as well. Okay, so what have I done? We've got Sabbatha just doing her A2 as a priority. Alice, basically just A1 in the whole time. Fane, open with the A2 into the A3 into the A2, sorry. No, A2 into the A3. Yeah. Udo, prioritize your cleanse. And Taragi, A3, don't use your A2. I'm going to do a little bit of setup here, just to make sure this flows well and make sure that the stun is happening as I want it to. So it was A2 here. Basically, I want the A2 to go off because I always want decreased attack to land when the clan boss starts the rotation of abilities before the AoEs. Because decreased attack only benefits me on AoEs. Get this away. We're going to go straight into this. Let me just check. Now we're going to delay 2 turns on that. Increase defense. Straight into Taragi's. Let me just check again. No, going to delay 2 turns on Taragi's A3. Get my debuffs out there. Delay 1 more Udos. Delay 1 more Dawn Callers, delay one more Taragis. Should be good. So stun's actually gone on Alice. It's fine, I guess. I guess I'm just going to play through a couple more rotations here. Taragi comes in. So we're getting our ally protection in the right place. Just going to hold on to that stun. Cleanse. By turn count 9, we should be fully in sync. So there won't be in sync after this stun. It'll be the next stun, where I should just be able to auto it through. Stun's still done over here. So actually I can cleanse that stun off there. Cleanse that stun off there. We should be auto. Let's see. Let's see if it's running nice. So already what I can see is I was doing a similar level of damage to the boss turn count on my previous run. The one that I've just changed all of my gear from and the one that I'm trying to improve on. So that's not a good sign. I'm not going to lie. And this is why I wanted to capture that run before I changed stuff, because there was something in the back of my mind that thought taking out the speed of a Necmo and the amount of turns that that gives me is dangerous. We're getting our cleanse away at the right time. But a speed-tuned team with this Ally Protect coming in at the right time should give me more longevity of a run. So that's what I'm banking on. But, you know, as I say, I wanted to capture that first run first because it's possible that this is just straight worse. Even with the good sets now in play, all that type of stuff. So I'm going to let this play through. And yeah, let's see what sort of damage we kick out at the other end. Well, we're going to end up doing, I reckon, about the same level of damage. Maybe a touch more than we did like first time round, but it's kind of negligible because we're doing a lot less hits. And I don't know, well, we're breaking the 20 mil. We're still in tune. We're like turn count 28. We've lasted tons longer. The way to really turn this team into, you know, like a sort of stellar team. We just missed decrease attack as well. That's death. Decrease attack missed, death. We actually would have lasted a decent amount longer there. I'm going to run one more key. 21.2. Still better. It's so frustrating. If we're on a 2-for-1 speed tune, all of my abilities just definitely will land. I don't have that like 3% chance that I just got there. Because I probably would have got to like 23, 24. And really where we want to be is 24 million. So that it was a 3-key Ultra Nightmare team. But anyway, let's go again. So the final key comes in 23.72 million. It would be a 3-key. It's a pretty decent step up from where I was at the beginning of the day, like a 19 to 20 odd mil. You know, you're talking the difference between a 4-key and a 3-key, which is massive in raid. So it does show that speed tuning is the way forward with this type of team. Albeit, I'd love to be on a 2-for-1 speed tune and be just hitting a lot more in the amount of time I've got with this team. So there is a world where Udo would come out, potentially Sabbather would come out, and I would try and get myself on a 2-for-1 speed tune and see if that would do the damage. But that's basically going to be all she wrote for free-to-play 2025. Let's see if I end the day in 3rd or 4th place between the content creators. I will do a full roundup video with some of those leaders in the next few days to share some of their experiences as well. But for me, free-to-play 2025, it's been an absolute blast. I've played hardcore. Out of 12 weeks, I've played hardcore for probably 9 of those weeks. And damn, I think this has probably been like one of the most challenging free-to-play experiences I've had so far, but also one of the most enjoyable. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.